Hey guys, I'm Travis. I'm one of the pastors here at Silverdale. My wife's name is Charity, and we've been married for 26 years. And today we're looking at Proverbs 31, continuing, but verses 14 and 15. And we see in the text, those two verses, that this is a woman who is both resourceful and resilient. Verse 14 starts off like this. It says, she's like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. So we see here, I don't know, that she's like, the text says a merchant ship. I'm guessing back in the day that might have been a compliment, but I would not recommend using that line today. But that's verse 14. Verse 15 goes on to say she provides food for her family. So we see she's resourceful and resilient. So the question might be, I was asking myself, what might this look like today? How does it play out? Well, let me just share with you real quick how I think this might look today. This actually happened at my house this last week. We were at church and I'd preached 3 times. We come home, I'm kind of tired. We need groceries. So Charity says she's gonna go to the grocery store because we gotta feed my son's 14 and he eats a lot. So I stay home with the kids. She goes out shopping. About an hour later, I receive a phone call from her and she goes, I'm finished with the groceries. She bought all the groceries. I'm like, that's awesome. That is what I would call resourceful. Kind of like a merchant ship, I guess. And then she asked me the most lovely, unexpected question. She said, hey, on the way home, I'm going to go by Chipotle. Would you like some tacos? And I was like, absolutely. That is what I would call manna from heaven, and that shows resilience, I think. It's a gracious provision. Now here's the deal. She did not have to do any of that. My love and commitment to her is not based on any of that. She did that out of love and graciousness, and that is who my wife is, and that's who God created my wife to be.
Verses 14 and 15 talk about how she is like a merchant ship, and she would go far to find the best goods. She would also get up early to provide for her family. This woman would go to great lengths to provide for her family. This resourceful woman never gives up on anything. She doesn't give up on her husband, and she doesn't give up when things get tough. She is strong. She is resilient. Now, I think back on the many losses and trials that could have easily turned my eyes away from my marriage and David. But my resilience came when I turned to God in my deepest times and I kept my eyes on Him, trusting that God would turn my circumstances around for good. And He did. No matter the level of setbacks I experience, I always found my way back up on my feet again, and I bounced back stronger than before because of Jesus. I once was told that when we have an inflow of Jesus in our lives, it can't help but pour out of us. It changes every part of us. Now, this Proverbs 31 woman finds time to prepare each day. She is ready for anything that life throws at her. Are we willing to do what it takes to prepare our hearts for each day? Do you take time in the mornings to do your devotions? Having our devotions should be as habitual as brushing our teeth. We shouldn't have to think twice about it. And spending time with Jesus sets the stage in our homes and the tempo for our entire day. And let me tell you, it is very easy to tell the difference on the days in which I spent time with the Lord and the days that I have not. So, I encourage you, if you haven't already, try to implement this practice to prepare your heart for whatever the day holds.